to TSG Cards and a little bit of a different video today. I'm filming this very late on Tuesday night. Hope to have it out for you Wednesday morning. I know you'll be flooded with Bedard Chase box breaks tomorrow or today as you're watching this or after you're watching this video. But I thought I'd do a little fun math deep dive today. I will have hobby boxes, tins, and blaster boxes of the Bedard Chase Series 2. But they probably won't be in, so I won't have them probably till Friday or the weekend. So I thought in the meantime, why not let me dive in, give you a little something for today, because I'm a bit of a math guy. I like looking at the numbers and whatnot. So I thought I'd dive into some young guns from Series 1, varying from some of the top guys to sort of mid to lower level guys, and looking at their pricing. What are these Bedard young guns going to cost us? So I decided to do a little bit of a deep dive, and I'm going to go through it with you guys here on this spreadsheet that you're seeing right now. And so we've got the 5 young guns. I got Akito Hirose, Tyson Forster, Matthew Coronado, Simon Edmondson, Luke Hughes. Now you might be like, well, where's Devin Levi, all these other ones, whatnot. Some of it's tough to find the pricing on, and a lot of these, with the rarer cards, if there's none that have been pulled or sold, it's really hard to find some. So I've tried to find some that have sales at each of the levels, or most of them for that matter. So that's sort of where I went in, and it's sort of interesting to take a look at the multipliers on how much more the different variations of the Young Guns cost. So I kind of looked at a bit of an average. Some of these costs might be a little bit higher than what they are right now, but they're probably lower than what they are on release day. And I think that's a good middle ground to kind of look at to see here. So from the raw card standpoint, we've got Luke Hughes at 45, Ed Vincent at 7, Coronado at 6, Forster at 5, and Akito Hirose at 2. If we look at the silver outburst, we're looking somewhere in about a 2.5 to, I'd say, 4 times your your value there of the silver outburst on the silver outburst versus your raw card. So you're looking at Luke Hughes $115, Edvinson 25, Coronado 20, Forster 12, Akito Hirose 7. We move on to sort of the clear cut. This one's a little bit interesting, actually, the clear cut and the deluxe comparison. You're looking at anywhere between that sort of 10 to 16 range. It's a bit of a wider range there on the clear cut multiplier. And then when you compare that even with the deluxe, you're looking at anywhere from almost 6 there to 13. Now, one big thing to note is with historically bigger numbered, higher valued young guns, the multiplier really shrinks as you go up, because there's sort of a cap people are willing to pay on some of these names. Now, given that Bedard is sort of a generational talent, and there's so much hype around him, I bet you his multiplier will likely be a bit more closer to these multipliers here, other than the Luke Hughes multiplier. But it is interesting to note. So you see Hughes's sale, obviously 260 versus 25 is a lot more, but when you look at the value times what is the raw cards going for, it is significantly different. So move over to the right a bit more here. We'll get to exclusives. So exclusives don't have a sale for Forster, but we do have some from the other ones. So we're looking at 16 to 37 almost. So 17 to 40, you could kind of say somewhere in that range. And then the red outburst, you're looking at anywhere from about 20 to 58, somewhere in that range. So that is pretty interesting to see sort of the sales on the red outbursts. And then you get in, so red outbursts are to 25, remember that. And then you get into high gloss, and the high glosses, you're looking at about 57 to 140 on the high gloss sales. And then gold outbursts only, there's not very few out there, but the Akito Hirose sold for $400, so that is a 200 times multiplier. I think that's honestly low. I think it's probably closer to 3 or so hundred. I think because it's a smaller value card, it's a little bit skewed. But I think you get like a $5-6 card, or like an Edmondson probably sells for $700-800. Or even more than that. So I think somewhere in that 150 to 300 range, and I think Bedard will probably be on the higher end of that. So, so this kind of gives you a perspective. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about sort of these multipliers. Do you agree, disagree with sort of how I've kind of played it out? And then I want to go down to Bedard here. All right, so we've got Connor Bedard here. Now, Connor Bedard has pre-sales of his raw young guns selling for $1,300 right now. There was a sale there yesterday, I think, or today when I'm filming it. So we look at silver outburst. I went with a 3 times multiplier on that, meaning you should expect the silver outburst to cost around $4,000. Would be my guess, that $35,000 to $4,000 mark. And this likely may be more release day. Clear cut multiplier I put at 15, just based off of sort of the analysis on the other ones, which If that is the case, that puts the clear cut Young Guns sort of in that $18,000 to $20,000 range for a clear cut Bedard Young Guns. Then we look at the deluxe, and interesting, with the deluxe being a little bit lower, even though it is numbered to 250, I think people really enjoy the clear cuts. They're a little bit more sought after. So clear cut or a deluxe multiplier at 12 and a half has the deluxe Young Gun at about 16,250, so in that 15 to $17,000 range. Then we move forward to the exclusives. You're looking at a multiplier around the 30 mark. That brings the exclusives Young Guns in somewhere between that 35 to $40,000 range, which is pretty crazy for sure. And then we go to the red outburst. So that is out of 30, or sorry, out of 25. You're looking at about a 50 times multiplier, and that would get you about a $65,000 card. So somewhere in that $60,000 to $70,000 card, which is pretty crazy. Then the two there, you've got the high gloss, got about a multiplier of about 135. That brings it into a $175,000 card for the high gloss. And a gold outburst, I would put a multiplier about 300, would put it at about a $390,000. So that $350,000 to $400,000 card. So, I know there's a bounty out there on the gold for $1 million. Like, it's crazy. I think it was like David Adams or somebody or put $1 million bounty out on it and stuff. Like, it's insane. The hype. So, these numbers might be skewed. Like, what do you think in the comments down below? I'm going off of historicals here from series one. Do you think that it's going to be higher? Do you think it's going to be lower? Really curious to know your thoughts sort of in the comments down below. And let me know, are you going to be hunting Bedard? Are you going to be chasing them? Are you might going to just buy on the secondary market? It's kind of, the crop for Series 2, they really spread it out. I think Extended's actually going to be a pretty nice product to rip. So there's going to be some good names in there for sure. So yeah, interesting to see sort of what happens. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Appreciate all the support as always. Stay tuned for my Bedard chase to come very, very soon. And we'll see y'all again soon. Bye for now.